You've done the readiness work. Now it's time to execute. In this module, you'll turn eIDAS 2.0 from a slide deck into a 6 to 12-month roadmap, with concrete milestones, pilots, integrations, and decisions your organization can actually schedule and fund. Picture your eIDAS 2.0 roadmap as a bridge between today's reality and a mature digital identity strategy. On one side, you have the first 90 days, clarifying obligations, mapping use cases, scouting vendors, and possibly running a small wallet or signature pilot. These moves create momentum and expose real constraints. The bridge itself is your 6 to 12-month plan. This is where you phase pilots, integrations, and process changes in a controlled way, instead of gambling on a single big bang launch. At the far end is digital identity at scale, eIDAS-ready journeys across channels, embedded in your architecture and governance. A solid roadmap connects gap analysis to concrete actions, reduces risk through iteration, and keeps business, IT, and compliance moving in sync. Your eIDAS 2.0 journey should be staged, not a big bang transformation. You begin with exploration, clarify use cases, sketch target journeys, and map risks and dependencies. The goal here is decisions, not code. Then comes a focused pilot. Build an MVP, integrate with a wallet or trust service in a controlled scenario, and validate your legal, UX, and technical assumptions. If that succeeds, move to limited rollout. Add a few real channels or products with clear monitoring, support processes, and fallbacks. Only after that do you enter early scale-up, optimize performance, extend to more markets and products, and refine governance. Throughout, resist the urge to boil the ocean. Each phase needs defined entry criteria, success metrics, and a clear go or no-go decision. Strong eIDAS programs don't just have steering committees, they have real decision gates. Treat your roadmap like a conveyor belt where work only moves forward when 3 conditions are met. First, design milestones. Requirements are written, challenged, and formally signed off. No, we'll define that later for wallet flows or trust service usage. Second, partner milestones. Vendor discovery or RFPs are complete, and you know who can deliver qualified services in your markets. Third, a compliance check. Legal and risk explicitly confirm that the approach is acceptable. The golden rule, no pilot approval, and definitely no rollout until all 3 are green. That gives your governance real teeth instead of being a box-ticking exercise. For eIDAS 2.0, treat compliance as a parallel project, not a final checklist. While technical teams design wallet flows, integrations, and user journeys, compliance should map eIDAS 2.0 to GDPR, AML, and your sector rules, and document how each use case stays within those boundaries. Build in regular sync points, design reviews, requirement sign-offs, and early conversations with regulators or supervisors so there are no surprises later. Before any wallet-related feature reaches production, legal and compliance must approve the flows, data use, and evidence you'll retain. The operating rule is simple. No code goes to production without a documented compliance review and a clear owner for ongoing oversight. When you plan your eIDAS 2.0 integration, think in terms of flows rather than systems. The wallet is your source of verified identity and attributes. Your first decision is where that information lands: your IAM platform, your CRM, or a dedicated KYC engine. On the other side sit trust service providers who validate signatures, certificates, and timestamps. You'll exchange tokens or assertions with them to prove that what the wallet presents is still valid and qualified. Practically, you need to define which domains are in scope, agree a small set of repeatable verification and signing patterns, and then map all dependencies on legacy systems and middleware. That's what will dictate complexity, cost, and project risk. Now, look at the customer journey. From send us documents and wait, to prove it now and continue. In the old model, customers type data, upload files, and your teams validate everything later. It's slow, error-prone, and every manual touch adds cost and risk. With eIDAS 2.0 and EUDI wallets, you can flip this. The wallet shares verified attributes, strong authentication confirms the user, and your system gets an instant, trusted response. To unlock that, redesign 3 areas. Onboarding flows around attribute sharing, signing flows around qualified electronic signatures, and validation rules in consultation with legal and UX before anyone starts coding. Preparing for eIDAS 2.0 is not just a project plan, it's a people plan. Three groups need to move in sync: compliance officers, developers, and frontline support. Compliance translates the regulation into clear rules and acceptable risk. Developers turn those rules into flows, APIs, and error handling that actually work. Support teams then turn all of this into simple, confident language for customers. Keep them aligned by building playbooks and FAQs together, not in silos. Run short readiness checks before go live. Spot quiz teams, review tricky scenarios, refine scripts. Your practical benchmark. If a customer asks, "What is this wallet and why should I trust it?" every agent can give a clear, accurate answer. eIDAS 2.0 planning is less about a perfect internal roadmap and more about synchronizing with larger moving pieces. Think of 4 clocks you need to watch. First, EU implementing acts and national pilots. Anchor your design, testing, and go live milestones to their actual launch dates, not optimistic assumptions. Second, national roadmaps. These will differ by country, so cross-border services need scenario planning, not a single fixed date. Third, vendor and QTSP roadmaps. Build in time for their certifications, APIs, and sandbox maturity. Don't assume they're ready when you are. Fourth, agility. Use quarterly roadmap reviews so you can shift scope, resequence pilots, or change partners as external timelines slip or accelerate. For eIDAS 2.0, governance means someone is clearly steering the ship, not just coordinating a project. At the center, you want a small steering committee bringing together business, IT, risk, and operations. Their job is to set priorities, resolve trade-offs, and protect scope when pressures mount. Around that, run 3 focus streams: business and UX, legal and compliance, and technology and integration. Each stream needs a named owner who is accountable for decisions, not just representing a department. Create a predictable rhythm, monthly steering sessions with weekly working sprints. Define explicit escalation paths for risks and design conflicts, and insist that major decisions get cross-functional sign-off, so no single silo can derail your eIDAS roadmap. Treat your first year as 4 connected phases rather than one giant project. In quarter 1, you explore, clarify priority use cases, scan the wallet and trust service ecosystem, and make early architecture and vendor choices. In quarter 2, you pilot, build end-to-end flows for 1 or 2 use cases, train core teams, and run internal tests. In quarter 3, you refine. Use pilot data to improve UX, tighten controls, and run a limited customer or partner rollout. Only in quarter 4 do you scale, extend to more segments, channels, and markets, including cross-border. The critical element is the learning loop between piloting and refining. Don't rush to scale until those two feel repeatable and low risk. By this point, you have a draft roadmap. Now you need to turn it into an approved, funded initiative. Start by stress testing your plan with key stakeholders. Walk finance, risk, IT, and business owners through the 90-day and 6 to 12-month phases and ask, what would make this fail? Use that feedback to refine scope, costs, and assumptions. Then align with your enterprise portfolio or transformation office, so eIDAS 2.0 supports rather than competes with existing programs. Once aligned, don't wait for perfection. Launch a focused 90-day sprint with clear owners and outcomes, and set up a light governance routine to review progress, risks, and funding needs every 2 to 4 weeks.